Duchenne muscular dystrophy, commonly known as DMD, is a genetic disorder that results in progressive weakness and deterioration in skeletal and cardiac muscle. This disorder is due to a mutation in the DMD gene, which codes for dystrophin. Dystrophin is a rod-shaped protein that is used to form the dystrophin glycoprotein complex, which connects the sarcolemma to the extracellular matrix and prevents muscle injury during contraction. DMD is caused by a lack of dystrophin, which results in fragile muscle cells. Damaged muscle cells are replaced with new muscle cells, but over time become weak from constant division and accumulation of scar tissue. Because DMD is an X-linked disease, it mainly affects boys. Boys with DMD can experience muscle weakness in their limbs as early as the age of 3, losing the ability to walk by their early teens, and often have heart and lung issues as well. A lesser-known effect of DMD is red-green color vision impairment. The DMD gene is the largest known human gene and can transcribe different forms of dystrophin for different parts of the body. Scientists knew how the loss of dystrophin affects heart, lung, and skeletal muscles, but began to wonder how other regions of the body that express dystrophin would be affected. In the retina, dystrophin is highly expressed as DP260, an isoform that is 260 kilodaltons. DP260 is spliced to exon 30 of the DMD gene and is located in the photoreceptor terminals of the retina. In multiple experiments, scientists use electroretinography to compare retinal function in boys with DMD to a control group. During an electroretinography test, an electrode is placed on the cornea of the eye to measure electrical responses to light in the pins, cones, and ganglion cells of the retina. The test measures A and B waves, and in a normal pattern, electrical activity increases as light intensity increases. The control group displayed normal wave patterns, while those with DMD had abnormal patterns with reduced B wave expression and had some vision impairments with red and green. You might be wondering, why isn't colorblindness on the list of common symptoms of DMD? They can't produce dystrophin, so every person with DMD must have colorblindness, right? Actually, that's not true. Earlier I mentioned that the DMD gene is very large, 427 kilodaltons to be exact. Because it's so large, mutations can occur at different exons, which changes the severity of muscular dystrophy. Scientists found abnormal electroretinography readings and vision impairment in boys with DMD, but only in the subjects that had mutations downstream of exon 30. Do you remember what was spliced onto exon 30? That's right, DP260. Another study in 2007 examined color vision in 44 patients with DMD by splitting them into two groups, one group with patients with mutations upstream of exon 30 and the other group with patients with mutations downstream of exon 30. This study showed that patients with mutations upstream of exon 30 displayed no color defects, but 66% of the patients with mutations downstream of exon 30 showed red-green color impairment. Based on this, scientists believe DP260 is essential to retinal function. So, why is this information relevant? Patients with DMD should probably prioritize their lung and heart strength over being able to see colors, right? Actually, these studies could be crucial for diagnosing DMD. The most common cause of DMD is a mutation at exon 51, which is downstream of exon 30, so most likely a DMD patient will experience some sort of color impairment early in life. This is helpful because DMD patients are often diagnosed late, which is deadly because early intervention could delay the progression of DMD. This happens for a lot of reasons. Children develop at different rates, so speech and walking delays might be overlooked. DMD might not even cross the physician's mind because it affects 1 in 5,000 boys, and genetic testing is expensive. However, parents will notice early on if a child seems to have vision problems. The doctor can then arrange for an electroretinography test, which is non-invasive, quick, safe, and is less expensive than a full genetic test. If the test shows abnormal results, the doctor will be more likely to suspect a genetic disorder, leading to a quicker diagnosis and hopefully improving the patient's life.